Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. tasty, tasty. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are. I hope you're having a really, really good Sunday. I'm back on stream live. It's another Sunday night. So yeah, excited to show you guys what we've got today. Got a few bits to show you today. I'm just kicking my shoes off, apologies. I just fancied being barefoot today. I don't know why. Don't know why you needed to know that either, but that's what I was doing. I was taking my shoes off. Right, let's see who got first today. Apologies, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. It's quite dusty in the office today. Looks like Koda's got first, saying keyboard. Keyboard, yeah. Anarchy says, good evening all. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I could feel that sneeze coming. I could feel it coming all that time ago. Josh is here as well. He says, present. Nice. Thank you very much for being here. He also says, bird is the word. Does everyone know the word? Fluffy Cubes is here. He says, bird is the word. Thank you very much for the 19 months of subs, Fluffy. I appreciate that. 19 months. That's crazy. That's such a long time. Robot's here as well, saying hello, C people. Free Juiced is here as well, subscribed for 7 months, 7 whole months. Kish is here, it's his anniversary, 12 months. Happy first birthday, Kish. Thank you so much for the subs, man. I really appreciate all of those subs. Thank you so much. Snicky's here too. Who else have we got? Just a Grillex. Hey, I hope you got your dragon. Let me know if it arrived yet. That'd be cool. Is here as well, says evening folks. Glad to see you as well. Love your username. I just can't beatbox. Poor Typer, good evening. Hey, I'm a Poor Typer as well. Congratulations. Who else have we got? We've got Tim here as well. Hey Tim, I hope you're ready to do all of the mod duties we need today. Get the polls up and things. Looking forward to that. We're doing the discount code on the ISO Freebird TKL this week, right guys? We haven't shipped out the group buy ones because the plates only came on Friday. So give us a chance to do that first. But yeah. They probably won't be on discount actually because we're selling the extras of those at group buy price, which means that like the margins are razor thin, so probably won't ever do a discount on those. There's some things I just can't do a discount on because it would mean I'm selling it at a loss. And whilst we might end up doing that eventually, like years down the line, like we are doing right now with the ginghams, like we're having to sell them significantly below cost because they're just not selling and we need to sell them. But yeah, unless that happens with them, we won't drop them down in price, I don't think. London Fog packaging is elite. Yes, it is really cool. I'll show you in a second. There is some downsides to the packaging being that good though for the London Fog switches. I'll talk you through those in a minute. What else are we talking about? Who else is here? Sax is here as well. Lottie's here. Hey Lottie, good to see you, my dear. Thank you very much for being here. C Fox is here as well. He says Sunday stream, best part of the week. Thank you, thank you. I'm hoping it's a really chill stream. I felt terrible yesterday. I was pretty poorly yesterday for some reason. Then I slept like 12 hours last night, which is not like me. So I feel okay today, but I just want to take it nice and steady, nice and easy, no rushing. Just gonna chill out, see how it goes, take it totally chill. That's the aim of today. Maximum chilling. Jelly Master, thank you so much for the 16 months of subs. That's crazy. Thank you so much, dude. Tob G is here as well. Thank you very much for being here. Newfie as well. Hey Newfie, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I was on your Instagram the other day. Lottie says, my time for vegan Ben & Jerry's fish food. Man, I used to love fish food ice cream, but I haven't had that in like a decade, maybe more. We'll see. Looking good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel rough today, so I don't feel like I look good. I haven't brushed my beard. I haven't brushed my hair. Yeah, I haven't done anything like that. Barefoot, need proof. I can't. This desk is really high. I actually have to sit on a stool here. This desk is like nearly 3 feet off the floor. There is no way I can get my foot that high. I am not that flexible. Like, I just cannot do that. Sorry, but you'll just have to take my word for it. 19 months subscribed to the Jewel of the British mech scene. I don't think that's true. I think there's far more better people out there than me. Should be arriving tomorrow. Nice. What's your printing? So what's printing right now? In fact, I can show you a little bit closer up. This is a artisan case for the SPC. We're printing them in pink right now. You might recognize a certain logo in the middle there.
Incredible.
That should be finished overnight tonight, and that should be the last one. I think that's the first of the first batch of 6 I've done. The next 6 are going to be black. I need to cut the lids on Monday or Tuesday, so yeah, we'll see how they go. But that's the last one printing right now. London Fog. It's a risky name for a Switch. Yeah, you'll see why they're called London Fog shortly. Joshio, thank you so much for the sub there. I appreciate that. He says, waiting on the Freebird ISO gang. Excited it's close. Yeah, the plate's coming on Friday. I just want to check that they actually do support ISO correctly this time. Like, I just want to check it before we send it out. So please bear with me on that. I will do that on Monday, and then I'll get the team sending them out this week. Bing chilling. Yeah, big chilling. Golden Ratio, hey man, good to see you. I need to do your laser engraving this week, Golden Ratio. I think now that we've got the USB stuff sorted for the laser cutter, I can do that again. So we'll get that on there. Loving the printer cam. Yeah, we had the printer cams for a long time. We actually used to have one for each printer, and they're still there. Just the second printer isn't turned back on, and we turned them off when we were ready to move workshops, and I've just never got around to sorting them back out. I did this one just before the stream today, but yeah, they've been there for a long time. Alarix here as well. Hey man, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Please pet dogs as well. I love that username. Please pet dogs. All dogs need petting. Robot says, can Workshop Doggo come in for one stream with a little doggo cam? Yeah, so she has been here for streams in the past. She usually just sleeps behind me on the floor down here. There's like, she's got a little bed down there that she sleeps in quite often. So she has been here. She's just not like got out of bed and wandered around or anything. So yeah, next maybe sometime she'll show up on stream. She has been on stream before, so maybe she'll be on stream. If they don't work, then I'll fix them for PT customers. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think the issue with the plates, Josh, is that they have been manufactured a certain way. I just want to check that they work. It's not the files. The files are fine, I think. And the files are the easy thing to fix, but I want to make sure that the actual plates that we've been sent to replace the ones that only worked for ANSI actually do work for ISO. So I'm just going to build one, basically. I'm just going to, like, not like lube it or anything, but I'm just going to do a dry build and make sure it actually fits. Okay. Just give me the files as per usual. Yes, I would give you the files. It's the physical plates that I have here that I need to check, that's all. Sounds like I'm having the Freebird TKL and the Windex 98 around the same time, fingers crossed. ISO builds all around. Nice. Nice. I hate when people neglect how to do ISO plates. Yeah, like they could have just sent me the plate file and said, does this work for ISO? And I'd have gone like, oh, no. Can we just tweak this bit? And it would have been fine. They didn't, but it is what it is. It's fine, it's done, it's sorted, they sent replacement plates. We've got all of the orders boxed up and ready to go. They just need the ISO plates popping in the boxes. I just need to check we've got the right ones, that we've got the right number, and that they actually work. So, we'll see how that goes. I would love a doggo work stream cam. Yeah, we could probably do a little camera for her if she's in at some point. The next camera to actually put in full time is the one for the Vesta board, so that when you guys, because if you guys like drop a like or a follow or a subscription or anything, the Vesta board pings. It pings on the Vesta board. So I want to share that with you guys. We used to do, when we used to do workshop streams, I used to have a camera specifically set up for it. So this week, if I find an hour, I'm going to 3D print a bracket that will hold a camera. That will then show the Vesta board, and I'll be able to loop it in just like this one here for the 3D printer. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Are you getting more KFA parts? No plans at the minute, but we can always look at stuff if you want us to. The thing with switches is the MOQs are usually high and the UK market's pretty small. So we usually, like, getting 20,000 switches in is usually like way too many for the UK market. So we'll see. I can't promise anything on that. We are looking at some other switches though, some from Gion and some other bits and pieces as well this week, which Josh is going to remind me hopefully about in the meeting tomorrow. But yeah, that's that. PT news. Right, let's start with the PT news. What's happening this week? So this week, before the middle of the week, you will see the next announcement for the JO2 Blackout Edition. I've got one email to send on Monday morning, which is going to confirm a load of stuff. We should get a response back on Tuesday. As soon as I get that response back on Tuesday, or even before, the announcement's going to go up with the final pricing for the JO2. Dates, prices, timelines, all of that will be ready and available, and I'm super excited to share that with you guys. I also need to get the actual prototype back off of Tim because he's still got it. But yeah, I'm super excited for that, guys. So yeah, really excited for that. As well as that, we also have some other stuff coming in this week. One of the things I have to unbox and actually show you, which I'll give you a brief view of here, is GMK Stealth. Now, this came out really good, but there is an issue with it. The shipment from GMK was missing half of the base kits that we need and the extension kit and the blackout kit. So whilst 90%, no, not 90%, whilst 50% of orders have shipped, customers who ordered those parts haven't shipped yet. We did get the posters in on Friday, so if there's any orders that we can ship that we're just waiting for a poster, they'll go out tomorrow. But I think most of the orders that are left now need a blackout kit, an extension kit, or a base kit that we just don't have yet. So we're going to try and figure out where that is. But that's going to come in extras, hopefully at the back end of this week, maybe the week after, depending on when that box from GMK turns up. As well as that, we also have extras for GMK Zooted, which I'll share with you guys in a few minutes. This came out so well, and I think Future Crime's super happy with it too. Or at least I hope he is, because it came out really nice. So I'm going to share that with you guys as well and show you what that looks like. In other news this week as well, we are going to have a bit of a flash sale later on in the week. I'm not going to share the details on what the flash sale is going to be about, and it's not going to be the same as what we use a code for today. But we are going to do a bit of a flash sale midweek. It's not going to last for very long, and it's going to have quite a lot of items available in it, but I think it's probably going to last like an hour. So be ready for it. It's just going to go up and it's going to come down, and that's all it's going to be. So there is a flash sale coming because we need to generate some space in the workshop. The reason we need to generate some space in the workshop is our next big shipment from China is due to arrive in about 2 weeks' time. So it has been delayed a little bit, but it's due to arrive in a couple of weeks' time here at the workshop. So I think it gets into port on the 23rd, and then it'll be about 5 or 6 days later after that when it gets to PTHQ. So we need to do a bit of a flash sale. I'm aiming for that flash sale to be Thursday. I'm not going to tell you what's going to be in the flash sale, only I think you guys are going to want it. Like, there's going to be some really good deals to be had. There's going to be some really cool things happening. It's only going to be an hour long. I'm not going to decide until the morning of the day what time that sale's going to be. So don't ask me now because I don't know. I haven't decided. Could be 1 o'clock, could be 2 o'clock, could be any time in the day. But it'll last an hour, and we're going to have a load of stuff on sale. And there's going to be discounts of up to 75%. So not everything's going to be 75% discounted, but some things are going to be discounted by up to 75%. So watch out for that. You hate when the workshop's so cramped. You can't move around. Like, we have no shelf space. We can't put any more stock in. That's physically where we're at right now. So yeah. So that's going to be Thursday. JO2 Blackout announcements Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully as soon as I get the responses back. Thursday for the sale, just to GrillX. Watch out for the announcements on Discord because that's where I'm going to announce it. Holy Impulse Control. I'll give you a sneaking clue as well. Domestic orders over a certain price will get free shipping as well. So yeah. More responses for the JO2. I need Max to confirm the final prices for the breakdown I gave him. You know this, Josh. You're in the email chat. Or the group chat, whatever it was. Stop ignoring my coffee check, please. It's the same as last week, Lottie. Sorry, I didn't see that. If I'm reading the chat up here, this doesn't show like the points redeems for some reason. I don't know why, it just doesn't. Whereas the points redeems do show on my chat down here, so I miss them unless I look down here. But I can see that I don't actually know what coffee is. It's whatever one I pulled out of my pocket last week. It's the same coffee because we had a really big bag of it. Sorry, Lottie. I apologize. I don't need keyboards. I don't need keyboards. I don't need keyboards. I need keyboards. You need more keyboards. Go buy keyboards. Right? Something like that. I hope you're in the men, Jay. Yeah, I'm feeling better today. I don't know what was wrong with me. I I have a sneaking suspicion I'm actually diabetic, based off of symptoms. Like in the night, I can't stop peeing. I have to get up 3 times in the night to go for a wee now, which is not me. I've never had to do that before. My blood pressure seems to drop, and I go dizzy quite often, like if I stand up or if I move from indoor areas to outdoor areas, which is quite worrying. We went out for breakfast yesterday morning, me and the wife, and as soon as I'd eaten, I just crashed. I couldn't even drive. I physically couldn't drive. Like, I just couldn't get in the car and trust myself to do it. So, like, looking at all of the things and speaking to some friends who are medical, well, like in the medical world, they'd like go to the doctors this week and get a blood test and see if you're diabetic, because that sounds like what it is. So we're gonna see how that's gonna be, but it should be okay. Yeah, I'm going to the doctors tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be fine getting an appointment. It's usually okay at our surgery. I did go last week and they did like blood pressure checks and all sorts of stuff, and they gave me the all clear. But it kind of like this weekend, like yesterday, just really knocked me for 6. And then last night I slept for like 12 hours, which I don't do. So yeah, after speaking to someone who's a medical professional, they were like, it sounds like diabetes, go get it checked out, or like pre-diabetes. So I am really worried about it, because I never thought that'd be me. I've always been pretty healthy and pretty strong, and yeah, here we are. So I'm a little bit worried about it, but that's really, we'll see how that goes. Personal stuff. Is PT going to be stocking the switch stuff? Maybe. Can't confirm just yet. Let's see what else you talked about. Are the GMK zooted extras going to be soon? So zooted extras should be the back end of this week. I'm hoping for this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, zooted extras will go live. Yeah. I hope you get the all clear. Now I feel like I should get myself checked out too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get checked out. Don't worry, guys. I'll be fine. I'm okay. Like generally, and most of the time, I'm fine. Like there's no issues. Like today, I've been fine all day. I just feel a bit rough more than anything. But yeah, it is what it is. Zoom TKL extras won't be until we ship the group buy out. So we haven't shipped the group buy yet. But as soon as we do, we'll get the extras out. Simple as that. Yeah, don't worry. I'm in a health kick mode, Tim. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to go to the doctors. I'm going to see what this is. If it is pre-diabetes or something like that, it's going to be dead simple. They can give me some meds. I can change what I eat and what I drink and whatever else. It'll be fine. I'm good. Just need to find out what it is. It might not even be that. It could just be that I've got a bug and it's just giving me similar symptoms. We'll see. Right, okay, time for you guys to decide what you want to discount on today. So if you guys have been eyeing something up on the store, let me know what you guys would like to see a discount on. Put some suggestions in chat. Whilst you're putting suggestions in chat, I'm going to show you a couple of things that came in this week, Zooted and Stealth. And once I've shown you those 2 things, then I'm going to take a look at what you guys have suggested. I'll pick one of those things and we'll put a discount on it, and then for the length of the stream, you guys can have a discount on whatever it is that you want. But only one thing, you got to pick it up. How did I get on with the Huel? Not very well. I can't hack the shakes with the bits in. The pre-done ones were okay. I think I just need to try more flavors of the pre-done ones and just get on that train. Like the pre-mixed ones, I think that's going to be where it works for me. There was no Mondo. No, that didn't happen. But yeah. Freebird TKL, please. I will see. We'll see.
Tasty, tasty.
Thank you, Tasty2, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. 4 months of subs. Thank you so much. Right, okay, let's flick onto the build stream and let me show you what came in this week. So this is GMK Stealth. This is going to be really hard to show you guys because look at how... Let me open this up, actually. Look at how cool this set is. Like, this is the set I've been waiting for a long time. It's black on black, but it's so cool. Look how good these legends look. This set came out so nice. I'm trying to find like a legend that you might recognize. Okay, QK80. So this is just the Nordic kit because it's the only kit of mine that was available because I bought the Nordic kit, the blackout kit, the extension kit, and the base kit. So my order hasn't turned up apart from the Nordic kit yet. But the GMK are going to investigate the missing box. But these came out so good. Super, super happy with how these came out. And the orange legends came out really well as well. If you guys don't know, this is based on the old Blackbird planes. Oh, look, Peng on the JO2 Blackout. You guys are reading my mind. Reading my mind. There we go. So that's the first thing that I've picked up this week. Really excited to show you guys that. I'm hoping that the rest of the sets will turn up like Monday, Tuesday, and I can build a board with this on. the blackout JO2 and show you guys exactly how it looks. The other thing that turned up this week that we've also shipped out for the majority of orders, we don't have the deathmatch yet, but is GMK Zooted. Now this came out really, really, really nice. It's like muted but zooted, and it came out super cool. Yeah, so it is the F117 Nighthawk. It is, yes. Sorry, not. But I can't remember what I said. Did I say that? Did I say the SS71 Blackbird? Yeah, I might have done. But yes, you're right. Look how cool this came out. Oh, okay. So the camera is picking this up and making it look really bright. It's a lot more muted than it looks on camera right now. But this came out so nice. This came out so good. And just remember, guys, GMK kits now have this little thumb part at the bottom for a secondary kit underneath. So many people miss this, so yeah. Came out so nice.
Incredible.
Came out so nice. So watch out for this being in stock very, very soon. This is going to go on a build that I'm going to do next week. I can't talk about it just yet because it is another prototype and it's not mine. But yeah, there is another prototype I'll be building next week, and I'm hoping that Zooted will go on that. So Sony, stop making things look vivid. Yeah, like, it's really hard to show you guys sometimes because the cameras just make everything look really bright and pop. Like my skin tone is, well, this isn't really my skin tone. Like it makes my arms look reddish. They're not. It's so bizarre. But like to get the colours of like the copper right, like my skin tone's wrong. Tim, you need to come and set up my lighting. That's all I can say. Right, let's catch up with chat. Aramassing says, passed one of the biggest exams of my life, and a few days later, Vega by IO3 went into extras, treated myself. Nice, congratulations. What else are we talking? Showing the blackout kit for stealth only has physical ISO support. It does, yeah. So if you want to get the secondary kit, if you want to get the base kit and the Nordic kit, then you can have the original base kit with UK ISO. But yeah, the blackout kit doesn't contain that. You're correct. GMK has been killing it lately. Got Blurple arriving tomorrow. Super excited. Yeah, we shipped Blurple a couple of weeks ago now, I think. The extras are in stock. It looks really good. Blurple looks really good. I just don't have a board to put it on at the minute. Not a green person, but that's so pretty. It's come out super well. Super well. But wait, there is more. Yeah, everyone misses, like, I must get 20 emails a week about, oh, GMK have not included all the keys in this kit. Where are the rest of the keys, please? I'm like, oh, have you opened the second layer underneath? I'm like, oh, thanks. Or most people just never reply, which I get, like, it's fine. But yeah. All updates are on the website, Blue Toggles. If there is no update, that's the latest I have. I'm hoping that works. Nope. What's the command, guys? Is it updates? There you go. It's updates, not update. Yeah, there you go. All the updates are on there. What was the reason we're going for all alu for the JO2? Options on colours mainly, and also on keeping the weight of the board down. I didn't want it to be too heavy, like this version that I'm using on my desk here. I think this is too heavy with the copper in there. So there was a couple of reasons for it. And then the final reason is the price. Like the cost of copper and brass at the minute is just so expensive that it would have made the price unreasonable, and I didn't want to do that either. And I also wouldn't have been able to get the true blackout colours I wanted. We may do copper, brass and other materials for the pen rails later on, and the mid pieces later on. We're looking at titanium soon as well, or Josh is going to be. He doesn't know this yet, but tomorrow it's going to be one of his tasks to start looking up at titanium options. No, you can't anodize copper or brass. You can do other color options with them, but anodization is probably the better for us right now. You know, no, there you go. 3D printer be grooving? It does, yeah. What else did we talking about? I think that's it. I think I've caught up with chat. Cool. Okay, so that was Zooted. We've talked about JO2 Blackout Edition announcement. It's going to be tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest. There's the flash sale coming on Thursday, and that brings us up to time for the build. Any updates on the GMK Moomin set? Yeah, so we have all the kits on hand for GMK Moomin. We just don't want to ship them out until the designer's seen them. So I'm just waiting for the designer to give the all okay. So excuse me, hiccups. As soon as Rensuya gets them, we'll get those shipped out. They're all ready to go. They're sat here at the workshop. It'll take us maybe an hour to get everything labeled up and shipped out. It's not going to be a big job because we're already there with it. It's already done and packed. It just needs labeling and shipping. So we're just waiting for Rensuya to confirm that before we do it. boxed and ready for you. Thank you, Tim. Remind me tomorrow and I'll sort you out a label tomorrow. Copper, brass and titanium options would be great for some fun finishes. Absolutely. We're going to do those as add-on things later, I think. So I think what we'll try and do is we'll try and run like a little add-on kits. I'll just like stock like 20 add-on kits for copper and 20 add-on kits for stainless steel and 20 add-on kits for bits and pieces. So yeah, looking forward to that as well. Pink PCB photo time tomorrow. Nice. Nice. They're on order as well, so they'll be in stock soon as well. Looking forward to getting them in. Right. Okay. So, where do you want to guys start? Should we do a poll to see where you guys want to start today? Tim, are you able to do a poll? Should we build the Voice Mini first, or should we build the QK80 first? Let's let Tim get a poll going for that. Once the poll's up, I'll show you guys the two boards as well, and then you guys can start to vote and see what we build first. Let's flick over. So whilst Tim's getting that poll going, we'll decide on the discount in a second. This is the Voice Mini box. How cool is this? This is how the Voice Mini comes packaged. Magnet flap on the front. And here it is. This is my personal unit, which is pink and white. Just come out super, super cool. Yeah, so which should we build first? Should we build the back row pad, or should we build the board? Ask Lottie, you're fast. Don't worry, Lottie, I'm not. That's the first option to build first. I mean, we're going to build them both. It just depends on which order you guys want to do it. And here is the QK80 prototype. Now this is pretty cool. So glad we get to see Jay's personal unit on stream today. Yep. First of all, we have a couple of badges. These badges just magnetic onto the back. They're pretty cool. And here is the board itself. So this is the navy blue. And it has a black PVD weight. Still got the plastic on. But yeah, we're going to build both today. If the foam goes back inside. You guys just need to decide which we're going to build first. I meant to pick a Voice Mini in extras, but couldn't decide which colour. And then I realised the group buy it handed, so I have to be extras for me. Yeah, we'll have extras for you very soon, don't worry. Just ordered GMK DualShock 2 for my Clear Freya 65 that will be milled max with cream sodas. I know it'll be take a bit, but excited to see it assembled. Nice. DualShock should ship this week. I think we're pretty much up to date with in-stock orders. So yeah, do I remember which colorway was most popular? For the Voice Mini, I think it was this one, which I think is Petal, which is the white with pink accents. Let's see how you guys want to see me build the Voice Mini first. Okay, cool. Voice Mini looks great. Just don't really have a need for a macro pad person. Oh, I was going to give it away. I'm not really. I do have a giveaway at the end of the stream. We'll play marbles for a giveaway at the end of the stream. Quick activities, for sure. The badges are not interchangeable ones for the Matrix boards, no. They're two different manufacturers. QWERTY Keys and Matrix are two different manufacturers, so they're not going to make the badges for both. There will be extras for everything. Absolutely everything has extras. Giveaway for the Datsun. Which Datsun? I have like 6. Not that any of them are going to be given away, but yeah. So glad everything has extras. I oofed on the Voice Mini as I was indecisive on the colour too. You're just extra in general, Josh. You're just extra in general. Right, okay, so we're going to build the Voice Mini first. So for the Voice Mini, I do have some prototype switches. These are honeydew switches, and these have a HP heat housing, a POM linear stem, and a double gold spring. I have 18 here. We're only going to use like the 6 that this takes, but these are the switches we're going to use today. Hi Jay, what does Sizeable chilli mean? It just means that I want to like chill out and relax today. Like it's not going to be like an overexcitable stream or anything. Dynamics. It's just going to be like just a chilled out stream because I was a little bit under the weather yesterday, and I just want to take things nice and easy today. There are so many switches. How do I choose? That's a tough question. I just pick whatever's closest to hand a lot of the time for my own personal stuff. So these are a linear. They feel pretty smooth. Not that you can hear anything. They're pretty smooth. They're pretty nice. I think they were doing a slight revision. These are going to be in sale at some point soon. But they're pretty cute, right? Pretty cute. It means we cool it. Yeah, whatever cool it means, right? You wait for the honey juice to release? Yeah, these are the prototypes. They're pretty nice. They come out really nice. Is that a 3D printer? It's one of the many 3D printers we have here at PTHQ, yeah. MX Blacks and everything. Sure, why not? So, this is the Voice Mini.
Incredible.
Incredible. Simply Ruben, thank you so much for the follow. This is our little accessory pack. And in here we have a couple of tools, some feet, and some spare screws. Pomidori, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Any chance of getting Gazoo switches in the future? We tried for a long time. I think one of the other UK vendors has now got them. But yeah. Did I see Snicket's Dyed Nixes? I did. Yep. They looked very, very tasty. So, first things first, let's take the board out of the box. Put the box to one side. Now, first thing I'm going to do before we do anything else is install some feet on this. I saw an amazing sounding Singer Kahaku with the prototype honey juice. Yeah, the switches sound and feel really good. Like, really good. There is a transparent black box over the 3D printer. Makes it a little dark to see. Wait, what? What? Yeah, I can't change that box around the printer. It's just the way the camera operates from the software. Like, that's just how it is from the export. So I use a little tool on a Raspberry Pi that allows me to capture the camera image and basically share it over the Ethernet connection here into the server, and then the server picks it up, but it comes with that black border on. Coffee check. I don't actually know which coffee I'm drinking today. It's whatever I had last week, the one where I had the card in my pocket if you were watching. Yeah, updates you can get on the website. All products have updates that are live on the website. There you go, there's the link. Any group buy has an update on there. And if there is no update, or there has been one for a while, that's because the latest knowledge I have hasn't changed. Oh wait, that's on my end. I thought you meant the black rectangle around it. Like, I can't change that. That's just part of the. I suppose I could, I could crop it, but yeah, it's fine as it is. Okay, feet installed. It's looking pretty good. I may as well use their tools because I have incredible. Incredible. Henry, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's grab that little parts tray. I think that's come loose. Okay. Maybe I do want an actual screwdriver. I'm much faster with an actual screwdriver. There we go. There we go. I'm just going to disconnect the JST. That's for the battery. So it does come with the battery pre-installed. There's the battery just hidden in there, inside the little pink weight, which is pretty cool. Okay, here's the PCB. Just going to see if we can pop pop that out. Just like so. Top case comes off. And then here we have the internals. You can see the Bluetooth control here. It says on and 1. You just flick that switch to change it. But we do need to install our stabilizers first. So let's see if we can't take this apart a little bit more.
Incredible.
There we go. Now I think that just pops off. There we go. Okay, now we can undo these 2 screws here, which needs another slightly smaller screwdriver. Not that small. That size, I think. Last year I was still very new and fresh to the hobby, and I was very annoying and dumb, but I feel like I've changed a fair amount. I feel like I don't want to interact in any of the Discords. You should always feel free to be part of the community. That's what the community is for, to be part of. I wouldn't want anyone to not be part of a community. People can grow and change, and that should be accepted by people. Just going to disconnect the second JST just in here.
Incredible.
Oh, actually, this needs to come out, so we have to connect the JST before we screw this in. Slightly bigger. So let's undo that as well.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate that, guys. There we go. That's that now. Okay, we've got these 2 little tabs here.
Incredible.
And that's the board all disassembled. I'm going to keep the JST connector in the USB-C port. And we can see now that the board's all ready to go, all ready to put together. The first thing we're going to do is put a stabilizer in here. I'm just going to grab one. Then once we put the stabilizer in there, we can then put the switches in through the plate part, and then we can start to put it back together. Let's catch up with chat. Everyone grows, don't sweat it. Agree. Were you able to ask Justin about extra play trays for SBC? Yeah, we're going to do some extra play trays. That's going to happen. Those look pretty cool. Look like a really nice build quality. It's a great little tool. I'm really excited to get one of these in use. I'm a massive idiot, but people accept me. Same. Like I'm a huge idiot at times. Now this guy's building a voice mini. Yeah, I am.
Incredible.
Where do you guys get your tools from? Hard to get, just small screwdrivers. These are all Weha branded. Like we use these across the workshop. There's like three different sets. Like they're not cheap, but they're pretty good quality. Like if you're going to use them daily, they're really good quality. It's wireless. Didn't even realize that when I bought it. Yeah, it has a wireless mode, so you can do it wireless. Yeah. Okay, let's get a stabilizer for this. I'll be back in a second. There we go. I'm going to take my jumper off as well, guys. I'm back in a second. I apologise about that. It's getting a little bit warm. What's printing? A little artisan tray for subscribers' Twitch channel. So the Twitch subs have their own private channel in Discord, and they asked me to 3D print them some stuff. So it's just a little 6x6 artisan case. Right, I have a stabilizer now, so let's get this dismantled and lubed up. Let's move these parts out of the way that we don't need as well. All these spare little bits. Geo, hey man, good to see you, dude. The desk is cool. Thank you, man. This is actually an IKEA butcher's block. Like, it's hard to show you, but there's like a frame that comes up and around, which is designed to hang pans on, and I use it to hang cameras on and lighting stuff. So, yeah, but it's cool. I like it. But thank you. Right. So we don't need the little extras baggie. I'm going to drop that to one side. Let's get our lube and our lube brush. What's a sensible first soldering line? I always recommend the TS100. I've had this particular one for about 5 years now. I've had 0 issues with it in 5 years. If the camera focuses, please. There we go. Fully customizable firmware, interchangeable tips, heats up in a couple of seconds. It's pretty cool. Can't go back to normal brushes after these Geom ones. We've almost sold out of the Geom brushes actually, but they are really good. The way they hold lube is just really nice. Okay. Can vouch for the Pinesil. Yeah, I think the Pinesil is a TS100 clone. There we go. I haven't tried the TS101, but I can only vouch for what I have. I can't vouch for anything else, but the Pinesil is basically the same. In fact, I think it does use the same internals. I think it's almost just a rebranded version. The handle on the Geom brushes feels natural. Yeah, it does. It feels really good. That's why we got them in stock. We've almost sold out actually. I'm going to have to get some more on order, I think. Whoops. Have we done a discount code this week? No, not yet. No, actually, we were in the middle of sorting it out. Let's do that now, actually. What do you guys want to see a discount for? Sorry, I completely forgot. What do you guys want to get a discount for? Yeah, let's do that now. Put it into chat, guys. Let me scroll back up and see if anyone actually suggested anything. But if there's anything on the store that you want to get a discount on, let me know, and I'll pick one different thing. Can I see anything? Suggest some stuff, guys. What would you want a discount on? I can't actually see anyone suggesting anything. ARG, numpad, macropad. I don't think we have any numpads, macropads in stock. Fuji, if you guys want a discount of Fuji, maybe. Discount the largest physical item. I don't know what the largest physical item we sell is. It's got to be one of the... I don't actually know. Are we doing by like physical size or weight? If it's weight, the physically heaviest things we have in stock right now are probably the Onyx keyboards, I think. Unless we've still got a Mammoth left. By size, like physical dimensions, that's a really tough one. Because then I have to start calculating area and volume, and that gets really tough. Boho or Fuji. Galatea PCBs. I don't think we can discount the Galatea PCBs. They're really cheap already. Size to clear up shelf list. Ah, okay, yeah. That is something we need to do with the flash sale later on this week. Because don't forget the flash sale's coming on Thursday as well. Freebird numpad. The Freebirds I can't really do a discount on there because we're selling them at group buy price, so there's literally no margin to take off those. I'd be paying you to take it off me. Desk mats, we could do in-stock desk mats. Boho or Fuji.
Tasty, tasty.
Let's do GMK Boho and Fuji. If you guys want a discount on GMK Boho and Fuji, we can do that. Let me get that ready for you guys now. Let's do a new discount. Okay, we'll throw in the deadline set as well. We'll do 10% on it. Discount on sold out stuff. We'll do it for the three things, like create a discount, amount of products, discount code. Let's do the code streaming party 101. Streaming party 101, all one word, capital S, capital P. Let's do 10%, and let's do it off of specific products, which are GMK Boho base kit. That's the in-stock one. There we go. GMK. What was the other one? Someone said GMK. Hold on, I can't see the chat now. GMK. What did they say? It's Boho and something else. They said. Was it Fuji? You'll see Fuji in a short while because I'm going to be using it on stream. Where did they say it? Boho Fuji. Okay, yeah, Fuji. Okay, let's do GMK Fuji base kit as well. Let's see if I can find that. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so we'll do it on the GMK Fuji base kits. And then what was the other thing? Deadline. C in stock. Let's do it on the base kit for Air C and Air G, I think it is. Okay. Yeah. I have to add them once. I didn't realize that. Okay, so GMK Fuji Latin base kit or the Katakana base kit, GMK Boho base kit, and then it's the Deadline Air G and Air C. Base kits. Yeah, okay, so the Deadline Air C base kit, the Deadline Air G base kit, the GMK Boho base kit, and the GMK Fuji both base kits will be available. You only have to buy one to get the discount. You can only use the code once, and you can use, if you've got other codes from us in the history, you can use those as well. And that will finish at midnight tonight. Yeah, let's set that going. Okay, so there you go. Right. That's all now live. So Deadline Air G base kit, Deadline Air C base kit, GMK Boho base kit, and GMK Fuji both base kits in stock right now. Streaming Party 101 is the code. Let me drop that in. There you go. And that's Boho, Fuji, Air C, and Air G base kits. Boom. There you go. I hope that works. Feel free to now go shopping and buy all the things, guys. So that Revillion, yeah, let's add DSS lights out at 2 into there as well. Why not? If you want to buy that, I will absolutely put it in there. You have to buy it. Like if I add this to the link, you have to buy it though. DSS lights out. Oh, DSS, not. Yeah, base kit for DSS lights out R2 added as well. There you go. All the base kits. There you go. Boho, Fuji, Air C, Air G, and the other one, DSS lights out. Hold on. I'll put a post into chat. There you go. That's what the discounts on this week. You can get the discount on all of those, 10% off them. All you need to do is use the code Streaming Party 101. It's now pinned in chat. Streaming Party 101, and then you can get the other bits for free. Not for free, for 10% off. I get it right, 10% off. There you go. Cool. Okay, right. I'm going to go turn the heater off in this room because it's getting really, really
Incredible.
warm. So I'm going to cool it down a little bit. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back in a minute. There we go. It's you making it. Lottie with the compliments. Oh, I'm going to blush. Look, I'm going bright red from blushing. Okay, coffee's done. Move that out of the way. Right, so we finished our stabilizer. Let's get this into the macro pad. This is a clip-in one, so it should go in nice and easily. He says he can't even line it up. There we go. I chopped my finger the other week doing one of these, so I tend to try and do them without getting my hands in the way these days. There we go. Now we've done that and we've put that part in, we can now pop the top case back in. I say the top case, I mean the actual middle case really. And we can screw this back down. Now this used 2 little black grub screws. I've added too much Quokka keys, I've added loads of stuff. I can't really add any more, not to the discounts. We will have some big discounts coming later on this week though, because we're going to have the flash sale on Thursday, which you guys should watch out for if you're interested in anything else. There's going to be discounts of up to 75% in the flash sale. I don't think anything we've already talked about though is going to be in that flash sale. I've only been live for 58 minutes and the single stabilizer is installed. To be fair, we have talked about a lot of other stuff as well. Cool. Okay, so that's all ready now. Now we can put the USB-C daughter board back into position. Now to do this, we do have these little brackets that we need to put back into place as well. I'm just going to pop that into place and line it up. Oops. There we go. And then the other one at the other side as well. There we go. And then I'm going to pop that into position. He says, oh wait, do we need to do this bit first? No, we don't. It's in. Okay, I'm going to get the screwdriver for this. And like most of the time as well, Matt, it's been giving people discounts. That's got to be a good thing, right? Whoops. 75% is a lot of money off. Yeah. I can't remember where the Voynich artisans are. I'm waiting for Hebe to confirm on those, I think. But I'm pretty sure that the desk mats are on the way to us now. I don't think they're in the next shipment. But I can't remember off the top of my head. Whatever the latest position is, it should be on Notion anyway. Okay, so I put this in. I haven't actually got this lined up. Come on out, screw. Oh, perhaps it is in. There we go. Okay, that's all that back together. Now it's time to put some switches in. As I say, we're going to use these honeydew switches, which I have not got enough about. There we go. I'm just going to pop these in place. I'm just going to check the orientation for the hot swap sockets, and I'm just going to push the switches through the PE foam and into the sockets. Nice and simple. So again, just check the orientation. I can see that this is a south-facing switch. In fact, I think they all are.
Incredible.
Just push that through. Make sure we get the pins in the correct places. They're all south-facing, so we can put the rest in. My poor wallet, my poor wallet. Hey, it's better that we bring you these products than not bring you them. So there we go. Just going to check all these look good. Just make sure we can see the 2 pins in each of the sockets. We can. That's all looking nice and tidy. It's all looking good. Okay. Now we can pop the top case back on. And we can pop the... In fact, actually, we need to pop the wheel back in before we do anything else. So let's pop the wheel back in. Just going to push that into there. That's in now. Now we're going to lock that in place. This is 2 screws to lock this in place. There's one on the edge here, which goes straight into the actual rotary encoder, and there's one on the rear, which just attaches it all to the main part of the case. Just like so. There we go. Can line the top case up. We're going to plug in the JST cable for that battery in case we want to use it in Bluetooth mode later on. We're then going to line the bottom case and the top case together. And then we're going to drop the screws in.
Incredible.
We're working with Justin to get more of the play trays in. I don't have any dates or timelines yet, but it's something we both want to do. Incredible. Thank you so much, Ellis, for the follow. I appreciate that. There we go. That's it. All built, all ready to go. Let's give this a test. Let's grab up Switch Hitter and, in fact, let's grab up Via because I think this is in Via. So let's load up Via. In fact, we might need the browser version of Via actually. Let's try this first of all. See if this works. Well, it works. We have nice lights and stuff on, but the Via's not working here. Let me grab the. I should really install a secondary cable for this kind of stuff, just for testing boards, but I haven't yet. Let's grab Via properly via browser window. Share that. Okay. Right, so I have Via open. Let me create a way of sharing that with you. Where's window capture gone? No, don't want browser source, window capture, that's the one I want. Add source. Let's call it Via. Via browser. Add source. There we go. You can see Via now. Let's shrink that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now you guys can see Via as I see it. So we're just going to click on Start Now. I'm going to plug the device in. I'm going to click on Authorize Device. Haven't found it. Try again. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Okay. Doesn't like it in Via. Okay.
Incredible.
Do we need QK config? Do we need QK config? Is that what we need? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Incredible.
QK config only. It might be because of the... Yeah. It might be because it's... oh, that's the wrong one. It might be because of the Bluetooth. Right. Yeah, okay, that's fine. There we go. This should be it. I should have checked this before I started the stream today. That's what the iLab Discord says. Cool. Try it in Edge. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work in Edge. It's not VIA compatible. Okay, I don't know why QK config isn't working. I think we've got a link to QK config. I don't want to play the video, but I'm hoping that Hugh has put a link into it. Okay, it's in Discord. Darkfault Loves, you've sent me a link on Discord. Thank you. Right, let me grab that. Ah, Harrison, thank you. Yes, got it. Cool. Nice. Okay, right, okay. Let's get this working. Let's download that. Okay, that's downloading. Alright, I'm going to run that separately. Okay, I have that working now. Right. It's installing the software. Okay, right, let me see if I can share this now. Settings. I don't want to share that, but I do want to share. Oh, can we not share this? There. Well, that's a little bit bigger than I expected. Okay. Let me see if I can readjust this so you guys can actually see it. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay, so you guys should be able to see that now. Let's see if there's a test. Key test. Okay, voice mini. Right, let's see if this works. Okay, that one doesn't. That does. The volume definitely works. This key's not working. Interesting. I wonder if that's a bent pin or not. Let's see if we can fix this live on stream. Let's take out this switch. That was dead simple actually, once we knew the software it needed. Okay, we did not bend the pin. Let's just make sure that's not using a macro. Ah. Okay, so that is a macro key. It's an FN function key. It was working just fine. Let's try that again. Man, I'm making such a mess of this today. Okay. Let's restart that. 3-hour stream from Macropad? Yeah. Did I drop frames? It doesn't say I dropped any frames. No, haven't dropped any frames. Okay. The software doesn't want to work. Okay, great. Yay! Let's try disconnecting and reconnecting. Can we even type? No. Oh, maybe. Okay, now nothing is working. Hey, at least the LED's working. Hey, there we go. There we go. Right, okay, it's working again now. Right, let's get back to the key test. Right, okay. There's no GG, you broke it. Nah, it's all fixed now. There's no yeah, those were nice. There's no test for what that is, other than the fact that it's an MO button. Okay, so it did move the MO button. I don't know if you saw that, but the MO button just here did move when I pressed that. It's not anymore, but it did move. It was like a flick, so it is on a momentary layer. So let's try that again. Yeah, okay, so that's reset. Excellent. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I think that's good enough. I think that's working. We can figure out what we're going to do with it later on. Let's assume that's all fine. It was easier than I thought it was going to be, actually. Cool. Okay, so now we've done that, the next thing to do is, we know it all works, is to, rather than reprogram it now, because I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, is we need to put some keycaps on it. Now I do have some pretty cool keycaps to hand that I wanted to use this for, which is QK80. So something nice and pink. I thought the pink ISO enter would look well on here, as well as some of the pink other keys that we have too. So that's what we're going to put on. Fuji, GMK Fuji. Oh man, I wish that the camera was showing the correct colours. Look, like this is a little bit close to how it looks really. It looks so good. It looks so good. Right, okay. Now, what I did want to use on the top here was 3 of the novelties that are 1 new, because I won't use these on the keyboard. And then what I wanted to use on the bottom was these 2 R4 crane keys. And the pink up key. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. Again, just a little bit better on the color wise. Look how cool this looks. Cool little macro pad with the little wheel, the light. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Okay, that's build number 1 done. That's the little macro pad build for today. Next we need to do the actual main keyboard. And then once we've done the main keyboard, we can see how Fuji looks properly across a whole board. So I'm just going to put these Fuji caps to one side now. That's pretty good for a macro pad. It sounds really good. Like, it sounds genuinely really, really good. QK80 time. It is the QK80 time. Finally. Alright guys, calm down. That does sound so good. I might try and fix this lighting actually. Let's see if I can fix the lighting for the top-down camera. Let me have a play. Let me have a play. Let's see if I can... I mean, I can either make it worse or I can make it better, right? Way too much on the saturation side there. I think that's a little bit better. It's a little bit richer. There you go. It just looks really cool. It feels really cool. All the pink things. Right, we'll go with that for the lighting for now. I need to sort it out properly. Non-chillin J would have built 6 boards and 2 macro pads by now. Normally I do build things a lot faster than this, but today I'm not really particularly well, so yeah, we're just going to take it time. QK80, all the foam. Is that what you want to do? General question, in hand-wide customs, let's have a look at this question. In hand-wide customs that send to the microcontroller, how do they keep the port in place and blend it seamlessly with the case? Is it just glue within the microcontroller placed in the matrix grid, or is there something else to it? So it depends on how they've designed the board, but sometimes what they have is like a part in the case where for the hand wire, whatever board they're using for the controller, where it clips into it. That can be as simple as 2 little grooves that you push something into and it just holds onto it. Something with a screw, or like a little grip screw that holds it in place, tightens it up without actually penetrating it and going through it. Sometimes it is glue, sometimes it's just a bit of resin that they blob onto a place and hold it in place, and that's it. It really depends on the implementation of the case. There's all sorts of different solutions. So yeah, right. Build stream now.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, Future Primitive, for the subscription. Tier 1. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. I'm just taking time today. Like, I am not rushing. This today is the least rushed stream I'm ever going to do. Like, it's going to be the slowest, least rushed stream I ever do. So there you go. And don't forget, guys, you can use code StreamingParty101 to get 10% off GMK Boho, GMK Fuji, DSS Lights Out, Deadline Air C, and Deadline Air G keycaps right now. The base kits in stock right now. How long ago did you run out of the H87A PCBs? I don't know. No idea. Like, I don't keep track personally of all the stuff. We we have that much stock now. Like, at any given time, there's like £1 million worth of stock in the workshop. I can't keep track of every product myself. Like, I just can't. I have no idea when we sold out of it. No idea. Couldn't say. It could have been last week. It could have been 6 weeks ago. I just don't know. Like, I don't have time to even look at every order. There was a time when like, I get involved in the packing still, but I probably pack maybe 10% of orders that we ship out a week, and I still do like 200 packages a week myself. But I don't get time to look at all of the orders that we get in anymore either. Like, at one point I would check every single order, make sure I had like a rough idea of what was going through. Now I just look at statistics each week, so I have like a dashboard that says this product range has sold this number of units in the week, this product range has dropped by this number a week. What do we need to do? What do we need to look at? So yeah, I have no idea. I could probably find out, but it would mean me loading up Shopify and going into the back end and figuring it out. So I don't know off the top of my head. Right, QK80 time though. So first things first. That does mean November fog switches. This is what we're going to use today. Look at the packing for these. November fog switches. Sorry, London fog switches. Where did I get November fog from? London fog. November fog. I think it's because I'm thinking of the key set November fog. It is extra. You can tell I'm not well today. This explains why you can't RM ship them. Yeah, like this does not fit in a Royal Mail large letter or small parcel, which means it has to go as a medium parcel, which is more expensive than DHL. Welcome to the world of customized packaging, which stops us shipping things cheaply. November fog is the key set, yes. Yeah, the keycap set. So London fog switches. How else do they come packaged? Well, in here we have a tub. And this tub contains the switches. This is super cool. It's really nice. It's very extra packaging. It's environmentally unfriendly as hell, which is fine if you look okay with that. But as long as you reuse the tub, it's fine, right? So as long as you reuse the tub, it's okay. This is how they come. Now,
Tasty.
because of these, they are going to have to go by DHL. We've got no choice but to ship these by DHL. We are going to stock them. We're going to have them in stock. Harrison, who is Dark Fox Labs in chat, has been helping us with that. And we are going to sort these out with Quetzkeys. We're going to have them in stock. But we are going to have to ship them DHL, which is a shame because we've got no other choice. But they are super cool. Lid comes off. Nice thick polycarbonate, robust, a little bit of tissue, and then here are the switches themselves. These are super, super cute London fog switches. Look at that. Premium packaging does come at a cost. It means no cheap shipping. That's the problem. I don't know about Kinetic Labs. I can't speak for them, I'm afraid. But these are the switches. Like, I can't really do a sound test until we get them in the board, but they feel pretty smooth. They look really, really cool. If you like this kind of colorway, they look really, really cool. I'll just do the face cam just so you see a different kind of lighting on them. If the camera focuses. Come on, out of my way. There you go. But these are super, super cute. And these are the switches we're going to use today. These are just stock. I haven't lubed these. I haven't stopped lubing. I haven't taken them apart or anything. This is the first time that paper's been off them, to be honest. So we're just going to go with them as they are and see how that works for the build today. Nice and simple. Lovely little box. Before we get to the board, there is this as well. Now this contains a few different bits and pieces. Good match for the green derivative. It'd be a great match for the green derivative. Here we have all of the little accoutrements that we need, including stabilizers and a multitude of other bits and pieces, tools and everything else. So I'll show you that in a second. It also comes with a cable and a screwdriver. Always very useful. And the badges were in here as well, but I've taken the badges out with the board. They're a very different colour to the green jacket switches. Who's the manufacturer of these? It should say on the top. It says OwlLab. There you go. Camera, please. Focus. Can you see? It says OwlLab on the top. There you go. Sagiri, hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Stream every Sunday. Do you reckon they'll sell the tubs separately for the other switches? No, but we do have some of our own tubs that we'll have in stock soon. I don't have any on hand to show you, I don't think. But you'll have seen when we used keycaps before in the past, they come in the little tubs from my personal collection. Those tubs we'll have back in stock very soon. Where are all the foams? Josh, behave. Okay, so we have the two badges. We'll take a look at those closer when the build's done. We have our foam and PCB package. We have a POM plate. We have an FR4 plate, which has flex cuts in. You can see the flex cuts there. And then here in the bottom we have the keyboard, which is this lovely blue version of the board. Which just looks so good. And then on the rear we have that black weight. This is black PVD. I haven't taken the plastic off. We'll do that towards the end. It's really, really, really nice navy. Super, super nice. Let's get the feet installed as always before we do anything else. Take a look inside this. Whilst we're doing that, Tim, actually, if you're still about, Tim, you can set up another poll. People can pick which plate we build the board with today. Whether we build it with the POM plate or whether we build it with the FR4 plate. Which would you prefer to see? So, we have a keycap puller, always useful. We're not going to need that right now. Have a switch puller, again, always used for a hot swap board. Has the QK logo on it. Pretty nice. Yeah, we're just waiting for our polypropylene to come back into stock. USB controller. We're not going to use that today because we'll use it wired today. Feet, which we need. Gaskets. I think these are firmer and these are softer if I remember rightly. Yeah. So you've got two types, soft ones and firm ones. You guys can pick those in a minute. We can pick how we're going to put those in. And then we have stabilizers as well. Enough stabilizers for the board. Yeah, we do cut PP. We just don't have any plastic in stock right now. Okay, so let's see how the poll's going for the plates. Most people are going for the POM. It's interesting. While you guys do that, I'm just going to pop the feet on the board. This is a 7U only layout. Yes. Now I do only have, and so interestingly as well, and Harrison might be able to offer some insight on this.
Incredible.
I think it was the Canadian vendor or the Australian vendor. They got the ISO plate and PCB hot swap. I got the ANSI one, which will try and make sure that I get the ANSI. Sorry, I get the ISO one in the future. But I thought it was quite funny that I got the ANSI one and they got the ISO one this time around. Cool kids use the stiffer plates. Go full foams and POMs where it's at. Yeah, why not go full foams? Why not? It's hot swap. We can always change it later on, right? This is going to become the new workshop board for the office downstairs as well. This is going to be Mel's new board. She doesn't know that yet, but it is. Poll for foam versus no foam. I think we're just going to use the foams for now. Mel quite likes the sound of boards with foam in. I'll unpatiently wait for the PP plate. It's just all going to depend on when we can get some polypropylene in. Like, it's expensive and it's not easy to find. So we have a manufacturer that produces it for us. It just takes a little bit of time. Cool kids use the stiffer plates. Something stiff is good, right? As more recent stiff convert, yeah, I prefer FR4 to POM now. You better get voting then, because POM's winning and FR4 is losing. Okay. So now we've got the feet installed. Look how good this board looks. Look how nice it is. It does look good. Now we've got the feet installed. Let's take a look and see what else we need. So we're going to pick one of those two plates, POM or FR4. Let's take a look at the PCB and the foams. Spend those points. I'm all about the CF these days. CF is probably my favourite. Waving the pom-poms for the POM. Nice. Oops, my hand slipped. That was ridiculous. Well, I mean, you guys can all use your points. Like, that's an option for you. Okay, so here is the PCB. It does come with the PE sheet, which you can see here, which we'll probably use. In fact, yeah, we're just going to use all of the foams. Why not? Let's get the stabilizers installed first, though. And then we have the switch plate foam here as well. And we're using FR4 today, not the POM. You guys have been very clear about what kind of build you want today. Okay. So, let's move the stabilizers just down here. I was expecting them to be in their own little bag, not loose. There we go. Okay. Stabilizer lubing and putting together time. So I'm just going to pop the inserts into the housings now, just because that's how I prefer to lube them. I prefer to lube them assembled rather than disassembled. We're going to need a stabilizer for spacebar, which is 7U. This only supports 7U, does this PCB. Even though this is a wing key case, it only supports 7U bottom row. We're going to use a stabilizer for left shift. These are our lab stabs, they come with the board. Printing artisan cases for Twitch subs. We are going to need a stabilizer for right shift. We're going to need a stabilizer for the ANSI enter. And we're going to need a stabilizer for backspace. Navy and black mirror is the same config as your game. Nice, it's a good combination. It's a good combination. There's going to be a PCB without flex cuts as well, yes. Which weight do I have? I'll show you. I have the black PVD. I haven't taken the plastic off it yet. We'll do that at the end. There we go. Okay, so let's get these stabilizers all lubed up, put together. Jay told me to behave, so I can't talk about the flex cuts. I mean, you can talk about them, just be nice, behave. Okay. Remember guys, it's always easier to add more lube later on than it is to take it away. So just go super light with the lube for now. Yeah, it's the mirror black PVD weight on the navy case, and we're going to pair it with GMK Fuji, which is kind of grey and pink. Unless you guys would prefer to see GMK zooted on this, in which case we'll put zooted on it instead. The foams do be foamy. I mean, that's what foams do, right? They be foamy. Zooted sounds fun. You guys can vote at the end. Nord will look perfect on this. I don't have Nord, sadly. There's a lot of key sets I do have, but Nord is not one of them. That's the first stabilizer done. Do the spacebar next.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Shadowcat, for the follow. I appreciate that. Is it coming in March? Okay. Yeah, I didn't order it and I don't have it, so I wasn't sure if it had one that had been shipped. At one point, I used to know every single GMK set that had shipped and was still in production, and I could tell you exactly when it was due. But things have changed since 2016. The hobby is no longer doing 4 key sets a year. It's now more like 40 key sets a month. There was a time in the hobby when I joined every single GMK group buy, but these days, man, I can't even keep up with all of them in the month. Back when all group buy participants, along with their payment and status, were listed in a public Google Doc. Yeah, I remember being in a few of those where it was like a public Google Doc and you could see who had paid and who hadn't. Whoops. The exclusive group buys used to do that. I don't know if you guys remember those group buys, but yeah, they used to do that and used to like, oh, such and such has not paid yet. Such and such has not paid yet. Here's the public tracking doc.
Incredible.
Thank you so much, Original Stance, for the follow. And now we're all registered businesses and have data protection acts and customer data protection and all sorts of stuff like that. Nothing like a little bit of public shaming. Yeah, I mean, this used people's real names though. One that I remember did. It used like people's real names, linked their real names to their GCAC username. I think there was one that even had addresses in there as well at one point. It was like, yeah, you need to hide that tab. Back in the days when there were like just 200 people worldwide in the hobby. It's a long, long time ago. Yeah, they're just friends. It's a friends list. Tim hasn't paid for his stuff again. Oh no, Tim, what haven't you paid for now? GDPR. Yeah, I mean, like, of course we're compliant with GDPR and so are other companies, but like at the time, back then, people weren't companies. They were just like regular people. There were no vendors really. It was just, you know, Joe Bloggs from down the street thinking, right, I've got a design. Let's see if anyone wants to buy this. So there were a lot less controls in place for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, at that time there was like maybe 15 of us that were in every single GMK group buy for like 2 years running. It was a cool group, but that's such a long time ago now. The hobby's changed so much since then, like in just unbelievable ways, like ways you wouldn't even imagine as well. Like not just like how the vendor space has blown up or like how designs are coming out in different ways, but just the way things are managed now, the costs involved, the amounts of money, the kind of like legal side of things that people have to get involved in. Like everything we sell has to be QE tested and PAT tested, and we have to be insured these days. And people wonder why like keyboard prices went up a few years ago, and it's like because of all these extra things that we have to do. Like of course, like Prototypes as a business has to have public liability insurance and employee liability insurance and pay pension schemes and all that kind of stuff for our staff and everything else. And it's like, well, that's got to come from somewhere. So it's not that people are making more profit per board or anything these days or per key set. It's more that just costs have gone up to accommodate the fact that we now have to run legitimate businesses to get these products outside. Like, people used to do it for the love of the hobby, but now those people have staff to pay. Like, it's just a big phase change. Okay, last stabilizer. Prices going up keeps the vendors running, keeps the community going strong, so it's a fair trade-off. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, the other thing as well is it's just standard inflation, right? Prices get higher and higher all the time over like a period of like years. Like, prices are going to go up anyway, so it really does bug me when people like compare prices to products that ran 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's like, well, we've had a pandemic since then, and costs have gone up, and prices are more expensive, and fuel and electricity is significantly more costly, and we've now got more staff that we have to pay for, and pension schemes and insurance. I mean, my insurance bill just for running PT, it's over 20 grand a year. Like with when you consider like my salary bill, my rent for the building, for the workshop, like the gas and electric bill is £1,000 a month. £1,000 a month just on the gas and electric, just to keep the workshop running. And that's not like using like stupid amounts of power. That's literally just keeping the workshop running. So that's 12 grand a year minimum. Plus then 20 grand a year on insurances. And all that's got to come from somewhere. So material costs are just insane as well. They are, yeah. Hey Adam, welcome to the stream. One of my friends, quite local to here, runs a coffee shop, and like even his costs have just gone up astronomically. Like, he was saying that like just the raw cost of his coffee now is 200% higher than it was a year ago. 200% increase just on the raw cost of the coffee alone. That's before he has staff salaries and electricity and everything else that's going up in price to pay for. Yeah, like overheads like are massive. I'll flip over the camera a second while we talk about this, but I'd say insurances, rental agreements like this costs to rent, like even simple stuff like having contracts checked over by a legal team and stuff like that, all has a cost to it. Contract negotiations with DPD and DHL and Royal Mail and all that kind of stuff has a cost to it and a time element to it. Staff just to literally just count what we have and unpack what we have, not just never mind ship it out, and keep control of all that, and project managers to keep on track of all of the projects that we've got running and make sure everything happens correctly in manufacturing and stuff like that. It's just a massive operation these days. Like, we can't run it without the staff, we can't run it without the team, and it's a full-time enterprise for 7 people now, so it's kind of crazy. Sea freight from China, that's another cost. Like, to ship a container is just so expensive. We generally do a 40-foot container at a time, once a month-ish, once every like 4 to 6 weeks. Man, they're so expensive. They're just ridiculously expensive. Like, the costs around them have gone up as well. The export licenses from China, it's now something like £165 per product, which is crazy. If you've got 100 products in that shipment, it's thousands of pounds just there. The insurance for shipping as well, so expensive.
Tasty.
Ollie, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate that. The world's gone mad. It has a little bit. Okay. Back to the build stream. Right, let's get these stabilizers installed. I'm going to try and keep this PE sheet lined up nicely. There we go. And let's get these stabilizers into the board. I have to take this a little bit slow and steady. Where did I put the rest of the stabilized bits? Here we go. I'm not going to put the foams underneath the stabilizers today because we're keeping the PE foam in place. So I'm just going to put that to one side. Okay, screwdriver. So I'm just going to put a little washer on the end of each screw. And then we're going to hold that in place on our screwdriver. we're going to flip our PCB and plate over, and we're going to screw that into place. Just like so. Then we're going to repeat that and do that again. Time for me to go get a little cabin in the woods and go off grid. Doggo, some solar panels and chill. Don't forget Lottie. You got to take Lottie with you. It's the lighting more than anything. It's not towards green. It's actually really blue. Okay. Next up, it's time to put the ANSI stabilizer in its housing. Just like so. That does not want to go in. Why does that one want to go in? There we go. Lottie goes without saying. She wouldn't let me leave her behind. Good. Remember, guys, as well, when you're tightening in stabilizers, you don't want to go too tight. You just want to go tight enough that it's all going to hold in place. Not so tight that you're going to crush the PCB or plate. So you just want to go finger tight and then a quarter turn more, and that should be enough. Okay, now we're going to put in the bottom shift key. The stabilizer for it anyway. Dropping the screwdriver a little bit. There we go. Okay. Wait, where'd the screw go? I literally had the screw there a second ago and now it's gone. Oh no, we're gonna be a screw short. Oh, it's on the top. There we go. I found it. I thought it was gonna be a screw short then because I'd lost it. There we go. Okay. Stabilizer over here now, and then we'll put the spacebar one in last. Jay hits this a personal build or a client build. This is a technically it's a company build. Let's put it that way. So this is the QK prototype from QK80, because prototypists are going to be selling this. So let's say that this is a company build. Is that fair? Playing Tarkov. Nice. I've never played Tarkov. There we go. Okay, final installation of stabilizers, and it's going to be for the spacebar. And then we can start to put the board together properly. Oh, I mean, look at RDM, Adam. I mean, Man, could you imagine anyone worse? Jeez. Just sometimes DMs, man. Like, I'm just kidding. Our DM's really good. For our Dungeons group, he's amazing. He is really good. He's very, 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 very good. And very, very fair as well, actually. He's very, very good. I was only joking. I was hoping he was watching so I could wind him up. But no, he's excellent. Like, especially when I'm trying to convince people that we're actually supposed to be there when we're not. Don't start on the fresh meat. Don't start on that. That got me going. Like, that gave me the chills. Right, FR4 plate is what we're building with, I think, right? Is that what we said? FR4 plate? His voices are fantastic. He does all the voices for the different characters. Yeah, we're talking D&D, yeah. Yeah, he's very, very good. But he did get me a little bit in the last one. He even tolerates our maximum violence tactics. Yeah, or our like bluffs as well that probably shouldn't work but did somehow. Okay. There we go. That's all going to fit together nicely. Now, one thing I do want to show you here is the Bluetooth on and off switch is visible and usable through the plate here just by caps lock, which is pretty good. Okay, let's get some switches installed. Oh, should we use the other foam as well? Let's just use all the foams, right? Why the hell not? Let's just use all of the foams. Oh wait, is that supposed to sit like that? No. Okay, we're gonna have to trim the foam here because it like this is hard to show you, but the foam connector for around the spacebar is actually covering right where the stabilizer needs to sit, so we are going to have to trim that. But that should be fine because what we'll do is we'll trim it and then we'll pin the piece in place. There we go. And then we'll just snip that there. And then we'll just pin it in place with the switch. Okay, that all sits down nicely now. Get that all set down around the stabilizers nicely, evenly. It's looking good. Pop that piece in where it's going to go. Pop the plate on top. And then don't forget, this is a hot swap build, guys, so we're then going to start in the center and work our way out, making sure that we get everything in place. Everything is north facing apart from caps lock, so we should be good. We can figure out caps lock when we get there. Just going to pop this back in. How can you not use all the foams? We are using all the foams, Josh. Okay, we're just going to push these switches in and through. There we go. First switch in. Let me just check that that actually penetrated correctly. Didn't bend any pins. That looks good. Okay, now we can start to build out from there. Do you have a rough idea on how long the group buy will last? This board is stunning. I don't know yet, actually. I don't know if anything's been publicly announced. I don't want to share something that I'm not supposed to. So just bear in mind that we'll announce this in Discord when we can. Sorry, south facing. North facing pins is what I meant. Sorry, Adam. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. I'm still under the weather after yesterday, so I'm not quite thinking straight at times. I apologize. North facing for caps lock, I think. Stepped is north facing and standard is south. Correct, yes. Everything else is south facing. And these are the London fog switches. Oop, that one doesn't want to go. That's good. I thought we got a slight bent pin. There we go.
Incredible.
Just move the foam a touch. There we go. Incredible. Thank you so much, Elkino Flop, for the follow. I appreciate that. Sell date time period hasn't been announced yet, Jay. Yeah, I didn't think it had. I didn't want to share something if I wasn't supposed to. Yeah. Harrison will keep us honest on that front. Isn't stepped south facing and standard is north facing? Yes. It's we'll have a look at it in a second. I'll check. It's just here. We can check which way around it is in a second. I just don't want to do that until we've got all of the other bits in place. We'll just do step caps up last. We're just going to push all the switches in here. Let's say these are all south facing, which is good. Correct orientation. Given steps is best, this pleases me. Steps is the only way to do caps lock. I can't do full caps lock these days. I just can't. Like it confuses me on a board if it's got full caps lock. I'd rather have an ANSI board than a step. Sorry, I'd rather have an ANSI board than a full caps lock board. Let's put it that way. Are we taking out full caps on the JO2? No, people can have full caps if they prefer it. Full caps is required. It's my FN key. So I use it as control most often, but I do use it as FN on HHKB layout boards. I still prefer stepped. Now this is a fixed layout plate, so we don't have to worry about putting anything in for the bottom row. We can just put the switches straight in. Once you go step, there is no going back. 100% agree. Do you remember? I remember the first board I built with stepped caps lock was a QK80, and everything I'd had before that had a full caps lock key, and I didn't really understand at the time what the difference was or why it would make a difference to how I typed, but it massively did. It just improved how I felt about the board at the time. Step caps lock looks good with ANSI or ISO, I think. These are London fog switches, yes. I kept calling them November fog switches earlier on, but that's because the key set and my brain is addled today. Oops, that one does not feel good. Let's pop that switch back out. What happened there? Slightly bent pin. Quarter before we pushed it in. There we go. All good.
Incredible.
There we go. Incredible. Thank you so much, Baby Dog, for the follow. I appreciate that. These switches are completely stock as well. These have not been lubed. These are completely and utterly stock. We'll try and use this for like a week or two in the office. This is going to be Mel's new workshop board, and then we'll lube the switches afterwards. Just finished lubing switches for the day. Nice. They feel nice enough to not have to lube them, I agree. But we'll see how that goes when we've got them in a board and we're typing on them for a couple of hours a day. I'm hoping I've got enough switches here. Okay, don't forget we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream. It's going to be probably for a GMK set. I haven't decided which one yet. We'll play a bit of marbles for that towards the end of the stream. Another GMK set. Yeah. People like GMK, what can I say? You'll beat Tim this week. I believe in you, Lottie. I believe you'll beat Tim this week as well. As in, like, physically beat him. Don't really. But no, I think you'll beat him at the marbles. GMK Fuji? I don't think it'll be GMK Fuji that we give away. Maybe we'll give away GMK Zooted. Why not both? Hey, if that's what you guys are into, that's what you guys are into. I'm not going to judge. Okay, almost there now with the switch installation. Let's see if we can do it. My phone keeps going off with DMs at the minute. I don't know why, but I seem to get more DMs in the 2 hours that I stream than like any other 2 hour period during the course of the week. I think people just wait until they see that I'm live and like, oh, I'll bother him now. Yay. Okay. There we go. Thumb's a bit sore now after doing all those. It's mostly me, don't worry. Cool. You and Tim? Okay, that's fine then. Right, okay, so we want step capsule, so that is still south facing, which is nice. There we go. That's the board all put together. Now we're going to, well, the plate and PCB assembly put together. Now we're going to pop it all inside the main board, put the gaskets in there as well, and then we'll get the case put together. Got London Fog switches, cute little containers, coming very soon to PT. Okay, where did I put the gaskets? Let's go for the softer of the two gaskets today. Sliding into my DMs. Ooh. You guys are welcome to slide into my DMs. Okay, before we put these together, these are single orientation way round. So if you can see, they've got like a little round nubbin on one side. I'm just going to make sure we know which way around that goes. I think they go to the bottom, but let's take the case apart and double check that. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip the board over. See this nice bottom weight. I'm going to grab the correct size screwdriver. It's not that one, in fact, are they? No, they're not torques. It's this one, I think. I'm going to undo the case. This board is very pretty, yeah. We haven't finalized pricing it either, but it's going to be very competitively priced as well. The screw is a little bit stiff. There we go. Okay, can't quite reach that screw. Okay. No, dates have not been released yet for this board. I don't think it'll be too long to wait, but I can't share anything just yet. Can't quite grab that screw. Okay, a couple of screws there I can't quite grab, so let's just tip the board over. There we go. Is that all of them? No, this corner one. There we go. Okay, so now we've done that, we can take the top case off. Comes off nice and easily. Nice machining marks on the inside. You've got the light pipe here with the gasket for the LEDs. Looks good. You can see here we've got the depressions here all the way around. These are where the gaskets are going to sit. So the gaskets are these little nubbin mounts. Now these go and slot into those holes, so we're going to put them face down. I'm just going to go around the board, pop these into place. Once we've done that, we'll then connect the connector for the USB port, and then we should be good to put the rest of the board together. And then you guys can pick a key set for it. So I'm just pushing these gasket nubbins onto the board, into the clips, nice and simple. They go in dead easily. Pretty colour. Hey Kate, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Looks like a very dark navy. Love it. It is very dark navy. I'll show you guys a little bit better in the light once we get the board put together. So now we've got those installed, we're just going to pop in the connector. There we go. That's the connector in place. We're going to lay that down nice and neatly, and we're just going to make sure that those nubbins all settle into their holes, just like so. It's looking good. Take the top case. I'm going to put that back on top of the board there. That's going to sit down nicely. I'm going to flip the board over. There you go, you can see the blue colour there. It's very, very nice. Flip that over. And then we can reinstall the screws. Now we're going to go diametrically opposed for this. And that's just going to make sure we spread the load evenly across the board as we screw it back together. Some very big fans of yours, Kate, in chat. That navy colour looks spicy. It's a really good navy colour. Yeah, it must be really, really early for you actually, Kate. Monday morning. Okay, 2 more screws to go.
Incredible.
And we're going to pop the badge in the bottom as well. 9 AM but early for you. Ah, fair. Usually I'm in work on a Monday from like 7:30, something like that. Okay, so we do have 2 badges here. I haven't had a look at these, but we're going to have a look at the badges together now. We'll get them installed. I don't know if these are different or if these are the same badge actually. Thank you very much, Anonymous Biker, for gifting the sub to Kate. I appreciate that. Oh, these badges are different. You guys are going to have a nice little poll for this in a second. See which badge you would like to see on the board. Okay. These need like a little polish. Jay has me work on Mondays at 1 AM. Dude, you remote. Like, you just have to be there for the stand-up. You agreed to the time. So the first one has got this lovely pattern to it. Can you guys see that? And the second one has more of a kind of electronics design to it. Which one would you like to see in the board? The left one or the right one? Sleepers for the week. Circuit best badge? I don't know. I think I might go for the pattern. Let's go for the pattern. There we go. Okay, whilst we're here, we need to peel off this as well. If I can get it to peel nicely. Probably should have taken it off the board to do this, but it's fine. We'll make it work. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can show you this in the light. There you go. So you'll see as we peel this off, it's the lovely black PVD weight. Look how good that looks. Looks so good. It is black PVD, yeah. Okay, now we've done that, it's time for you guys to pick which keycaps you want to see put on the board. Hello fingerprints, 100%, yeah. 100%. It is the black PVD. That's really pretty. Super pretty. Nearly as pretty as you, Tim. Can we have the black PVD? We do need to find a good PVD place, Josh. I agree. We can do everything but PVD at the minute. Okay, screwdriver's away. It's now, guys, it's now time for you to pick some keycap sets. So, I'm hoping Tim's still there and he's able to put the poll up. The two sets you've got a choice from today are GMK Zooted, or alternatively, we can have GMK Fuji. So I have both of these here, they're unopened set or unused sets. Fuji does have some extra kits with it as well. So, would you like to see pink and blues or green and blues? Which would you rather see? The board's navy. It looks so good in this light. November fog switches. London fog switches. London fog switches. Polls up, guys. Vote to say what you'd like to see on the board. Only the two choices this week. Zooted or Fuji. I think there's only one answer to this. The board's not slightly green, no, it's very navy. Let me flip over to the camera. This might show you the color a bit better. There you go. Looks so good. I think it's slightly different, bruv, but I don't have one of those other QK boards to hand to check, I'm afraid. I don't believe the Matrix badges are compatible. Well, you guys are voting, I'll go grab a Matrix badge and see if it fits, but I don't think they are. Okay, I have a Matrix badge. Let's see if it does fit. Oh. Do you know what? It's actually pretty close. Do you know what? They are almost identical in size. Let's see if we can. They are almost identical in size. They're not quite the same size, so it's not going to work. But they are almost identical. They're very, very close. But because of the size difference, it's not going to work. There you go. There you go. Yeah, as I say, the color's probably slightly off in this camera just because of the way the cameras are set up. It's probably closer in this camera. That's probably closer to the real blue. So, I hope that helps. But the Matrix badges don't fit. Though they are cool. Camera, please, focus. There you go. Okay, and GMK Fuji has won. That is the correct answer. Well done, guys. The Zooted is lovely, but it's not for this board, I don't think. Let's flip over the camera and get some keycaps on here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Bit too much. Okay, let's open Fuji and get it in there. Boost suit with 4k points to no avail. Oh well. New bones up. Yeah. Okay, we do have the pink ANSI Ents key, the novelty, which I'm going to pop on here because it's super nice. I want to use that, so I'll pop that on to begin with. Let's go for the pink F keys as well as an accent. I did 8k points to Force Lux last time. There was someone on the stream who reached out to me who wanted to buy that. So some of you are going to hate this version because this is the Katakana base, but I don't care if you dislike it. Yeah, let's use the pink escape key as well. It's okay, you're a weeb. Cool. I'm not usually, but this is the only version of this set that I own personally, so... that's what we're going to use today. Same base as I have. Twinning. Nice. This is in love. Well, we have plenty in stock. Anonymous Biker. If you are interested in getting a set of GMK set keycaps, we have a lot in stock. Normalized Katakana. Yeah, I've actually just picked up Toko. Daily Clack were kind enough to send me a set because it has UK ISO in it, and it's got the correct Katakana legends for UK ISO in it, which is pretty cool. It's an Agila set that was private group buy. Not all international kits, not all sets. There is the UK ISO keys that Agila has now. So some Japanese sub-legends are valid. Toko's such a good set. Yeah, it hasn't arrived yet, but I'm hoping that'll be here soon. I can't share any information at the moment, Javanius. As soon as I can, I will do. Qued Keys will be announcing something relatively soon, I would say. As soon as I can share the information, I will do. This is GMK Fuji, and it's the Katakana base version. It's in stock right now, and if you check the code pinned in chat, there is a discount on it if you pick it up from us today. 10% can be saved using code STREAMINGPARTY101, that's capital S, capital P, all one word, and you can save 10% on picking up GMK Fuji in stock right now, both base kits. Okay, need the other capsule key, so I'm not going to put that in place just yet. I used to love the Fugees. Do you mean the band or the Fugees, or do you mean Fugus like the artisans? I have to find another key to put these on then. That's fine, we sell keyboards as well. You can pick them up in stock too. And later on this week we are going to have a sale on a flash sale on Thursday. You have to be in the Discord to figure out what time that's going to be. We're going to have a flash sale for 1 hour, and we're going to have some things on sale for up to 75% off. We need to create some shelf space for when we have some more stock coming in later on this month. So do watch out for that later on this week. Is that 2 big shifts? Yeah, this particular layout is the hot swap ANSI layout. So the hot swap ISO layout does have split left shift. It's rare I do like a split right shift on a TKL anyway these days. Again, I'm going to have to remind myself how the keys on TKL go around. Print screen, scroll and pause. Right, okay. Yeah, okay, so that is right. It's always the top three that I can never remember how they go. Those ones I know, and these ones I know. Okay, then we need the second tray underneath because we're going to need some of the additional keys from down here. We do need the stepped caps lock. We do need the 7U spacebar. And then we need the 1.5U keys for here and here, as well as here and here. And then we've got the two 1U keys, which are going to go for Sys and FN, just in there. And then we just need our arrow keys. And then we need F13, which we'll probably use another novelty for if I haven't moved the bag too far away. I don't think there's an F13 in this kit. Okay, there we go. She's looking good, guys. She's looking good. We'll just bob the cherry blossom key up there for good measure. And then we have it. This is the QK80 prototype in navy with GMK Fuji, which looks so good. I'll flip over the other camera so you guys can see a better option of the color. Here you go. Look how nice this looks. Looks so good. There we go. Fuji looks so good on the navy. It works really, really, really well. Should we see how the board sounds now? Let's flip back over the camera. Let's pause the music and let's just see how the board sounds. Okay, so does it sound foamy? Yeah. Does that make it bad? No, I think that sounds pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that sounds. That comes out really well. If you like that marbly sound, this just sounds really, really good. It definitely sounds foamy is a really bad adjective to describe this in my head. Like, sure, it sounds like boards that have PE foam in there, but there's no bad sound in this at all. Like, this is a good sounding keyboard. This sounds really good. Whether you agree with foams or not, that's entirely up to you, but I think this sounds really, really good. For what it is, for the price it's going to be, this sounds really good. maybe we'll do another build on this one when I'll try and get an ISO PCB from one of the other vendors who's got one, and I'll see if I can do a build of this with the ISO PCB. This is with the FR4 plate. It's not really hollow on the spacebar, just the size of the key, I think. It's just the FR4 plate that you're hearing on the spacebar. If you like a foamy board, I think this is great. Pick up especially for the price. Beautiful board. Yeah, again, I don't like the adjective foamy for a sound. That just doesn't make any sense. Sure, it sounds like a board with PE foam in it, or other foams, whatever, but it sounds really good. It sounds marbly, I think, is the right word for it. The PE sheet is included, yes, that comes in the kit. It sounds really good. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Let's get the music back on. Okay, savory. It sounds savory. I like that. Yeah. It sounds like a flump. Man, I used to love flumps. I used to love flumps. I really did like flumps when I was a kid. Super tasty. Okay, so I think the builds come out great. I think it looks great. I think it sounds great. I'm super, super happy with that. I think it looks so good, especially with Fuji on there. It just really works. This is just apple and blackcurrant, is this squash? Blooming love a flump. Absolutely. It'd be good to get ISO with no flex cut and no foam. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. I'll see if I can do that. Is PT going to be in on the group buy? Yeah, that's the plan. That's why I have the board. It's always good to see like a board that we're going to sell before we sell it, so we know what to expect. It's always good to see that. Joe, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Okay, no flex cut is NC only. Yeah, it is, but we can give it a try. We can get another build for the board and we can try that out. It does sound really good. I quite like that sound. It sounds good. Okay, should we do a little bit of a giveaway for a GMK set? Let's give away a set of GMK dual shot again today. Let me load up. Let me load up marbles. It's on Steam. I was going to type marbles, and I don't need to type that. I need to type Steam. We'll give away a set of GMK dual shot. You can pick between the two base kits, whether you want the Katakana or the standard, whoever wins. And we're going to play this across a Grand Prix. So this is going to be across 3 races. So it doesn't matter who wins each individual race. It matters who wins the most points across all 3 races. How about that? Time to come less again. Yeah. I had to limit myself to only buying GMK sets with UKSR and Colvrak. Man, that's hard to find Colvrak. Due to liking so many of the designs. Fortunately, there are a fair few of those. Unfortunately, I'm missing out on the other colours. Yeah, there are so few Colvrak sets for GMK. Okay, let's shift over to the games section. There you go. You should be able to see that. Let's do a race. We're going to do Grand Prix, and we're going to do community maps because they're always the best. We're going to do 3 races today, and it's going to be whoever gets the most points across all 3 races. Let's have a look. Let's pick a long one to start with. Boost safe map. There we go. Let's pick one that's got a high elimination rate. 67%. That sounds good.
Incredible.
And then let's pick one that's quite quick, easy, and has a low elimination rate. 1 minute 40, 0% elimination. Nice. Okay. If you guys want to be in the race, you have to do !play to get in the race. We're going to play 3 races. It's whoever gets the most points across all 3 races, not who wins each race. Whoever wins the most points across all 3 races, you're going to be able to pick whether you can win a set of GMK Katakana dual shot or a set of GMK standard dual shot. We'll ship it anywhere in the world. You're responsible for local taxes. We'll cover shipping and the cost of the keycap set. You guys just need to pay any import duty if you're in a country that has import duties. Do bear that in mind. We won't pay for it to be returned. We won't pay for the duties for you. It will be destroyed if you don't pay the duties if they're due wherever you are. UK folks will pay the VAT for you as well. Cool. Okay, so plenty of people in there. !play. I'm going to give you guys another 20 seconds to join. Okay, you've got 15 seconds left now, guys. !play to get yourselves into the game. This is the first race of 3. Still all to play for. Katumbas is in there. Endrop's in there. Liam Derrion's in there. Here we go. Right, let's see who's going to win this. Oh, we have played this map before. Impossible to tell who's in the lead here. People race round and round the loop. I think it's Autonomy in the lead, or maybe Wasted Ketchup. We'll see who's going to come out at the bottom first. No. let's go down here, wait down here. Let's see who comes through first. Not sure who he has. Ketchup, Wasted Ketchup, Andrew Goodwin, all down at the bottom here. ZV is probably at the back with Voidmanger just in front. Everything still to play for. No one's fallen down the tube yet. Dio Bag looks like they're just about in the lead. Few people catching them up though now. Coming down the obstacles inside. Tens Freds is there as well. Liam Derion as well. Tominator too. Let's see who makes it through here. Liam Derion storms into the lead, but Endbop's on his way. So is Tominator and Liam Derion. Josh is up there too. Future Primitive. Geeky Ed trying to skip half the course. Is he going to land back on the track? He doesn't. He misses and dies. Tominator, Snicket. Quite a few people here now going through the steps. Revilion, Anarchy, Jelly Master dies. Sorry, David. I apologise. Pyro Crystal as well is down, and Tobaz. Dio Bag's at the back. Voidmanger up here as well. Poor Dio Bag. I feel bad. Let's see how we're getting on at the steps. Looks like all of them are going to come off the step at the first time. We've got quite a few people here. Snicket's probably just stolen the lead a little bit. Andrew Goodwin's there as well with Future Primitive and Denton as well. Lottie is ahead of Tim right now. Let's see if she can beat him all the way. Snicket's looking good for the win on this particular map. Let's see who gets to the top of the hill first. Few people flying through the air here. Wasted Ketchup, Lazy Keiko, and a few others. Chuck Death, 2 Ben has died as well. Stats B as well. Loads of people coming up. Master Disaster and Stompy Burp making the lead here. One of the final obstacles coming up here. One of the big obstacles here. Let's see who makes it through the rotator first. Twisted Jenga has died. Not sure who has died as well. Master Disaster is in the lead with RLWZ there as well. Oh, we'll see how this goes, but Nigel Kipper's coming up at the back with Golden Ratio and Skimson. Tasty 2 Skimson right at the very back. Golden Ratio coming up the hill now as well. Oh, looks like Olive Tree and RLW have made it through that obstacle. Oh no, it's not Skimson. It's Pearl and Merlin coming down to make up 3rd place. Still a long way for those guys to go. I'll go and catch up with them in a second and watch the winner come through. Let's see who the next one down is. It's Bellabar and Ascalada. There we go. Olive Tree does have a good lead though now. Ah, Tommy dying, and someone else as well. Liam Derion dying as well. Oh, could be all to play for here. This could wipe a few people out here with the twisting tube. Olive Tree's got a good lead here. Obviously not going to win a prize for this particular race, but puts them in good standing for a prize at the end. Let's see how it goes. Diabolically Cam is on the way through as well. Both of these are going to have really good points, but still people could catch up. Thomas, Anita and Milotti Pony are on the way in 3rd and 4th. Let's see how this goes here. Oh, there's another obstacle right at the very end here. This could steal the lead for someone, depending on how this goes. There's only one way out of this. Let's see how this goes. Diabolical Cam is here as well now. Olive Tree has won. Let's see how this goes. Milotti Pony is in... Oh, Master Disaster takes 2nd. Diabolically takes 3rd. Milotti Pony takes 4th. And Angry Swan takes 5th. Tominator takes 6th. We've got Andrew Goodwin on his way with Netsy and Lazy Keiko, and Meow Sword's there as well. Let's see who's right at the back. I've still got people right up at the back here. Golden Ratio, Inglemere and Skimpson right at the very back. Top 10's being rounded out now. Let's see how Inglemere's doing. Look like they're stuck. Are they going to make it through? Come on. There we go. They're on the way now to the end. Who thought marbles could be this tense and exciting? It's really tense and exciting. Lots of people coming down the ramp here. Let's see if anyone else can make it. Tasty 2, Mindless Meeple, Voidmanger. These are probably the back end of the points places now. Pokemon Kids there as well. Nigel Kipper 2. Gouty. Gouts, what are you doing up here? Just going backwards and forwards at the back end of the map here. Loads of people overtaking him. Adam's on his way down, as is Pillow Snatcher and Golden Ratio. Golden Ratio has made up a few places there in that last series of obstacles. Well done. Inglemere's still at the back. Pyro Bunny's on his way. There we go. A few seconds left, and we'll go back onto the second one. If it's in the house, it's a win. Absolutely. If you make it through the map, it's a win already. Laserman, Skimson, Savage Goose, and Jovan dying, I'm afraid. It's just the way these things go sometimes. It was really warm in this office earlier on, now it's really cold. Truly cringe performance. It's fine. Olive Tree wins for that particular map. Let's see how that puts them instead. That puts them with 459 points up on the board. That's a good place to be going into race number 2. Remember, it's all to play for across the 3 races. No prizes for first and second in each race or third in each race. It's all down to the overall results across the 3 races. But I think that does put Olive Tree in prime position. Exclamation mark play, guys. Get yourselves in for the second race here. Give you guys a minute to join. Someone's played a lot of marbles. Okay, I'm going to hit the start button. If you guys want to be in this race now, you've got 20 seconds to join. Exclamation mark play to get yourself in there. Here we go, 5 seconds, guys. Last chance to join. Here we go. Let's see who's going to win race number 2. Rush down to the bottom, and Anonymous Biker was in the lead. I'm not sure if that's going to stay in the lead or not. It looks like there's got some teleportation portals there. I don't know where they're going to. Where have they gone to? Oh, right up at the very top here. Now dropping down again into another series of teleporters, and then now coming down onto this ramp. It looks like Pillar Snatcher is just about in the lead. Pyro Crystal is probably second and Han Solo in third. Top G is there in the top 4 as well. Pyro Crystal probably just sneaking into the lead a little bit here as they roll down the steps on this ramp. Let's see who makes it into the cone first. Still a long way to go. Top G is probably in the lead now, coming down the bottom through these windy coves. Savage Goose has just taken over them. All still to play for. Let's see who makes it down here first. Savage Goose is probably just about in the lead. Angry Swan's not too far behind with Sea Fox and VJ. Indigo Doyle's there as well. Diabolically Cam's there too. Aluna of the Stars even is there. Josh is coming down. I see Josh. I see Anarchy. I see Demotex as well. And Tim. All of our mods are on the way. Meowsaw's coming down too with Savage Goose and a few other people. 2 Bennies at the back with Anarchy and Olive Tree. Olive Tree's at the back this time round. Still some people coming out of the teleporters at the top there. Let's see, more people into teleporters. I don't know where they're going. Where have they gone? Where does that put people? I don't actually know how this works, but there we go. Okay, so it looks like this is the last series of obstacles. Sea Fox is in the lead, looking good for the win here, but a few steps still to go. Dr. Killswitch is on the way through as well, with Solid Logic and Laser Keiko behind. Han Solo's there as well as Netzy. Tom's coming through, probably round out the top 15 or so. Sea Fox is still just about in the lead, but it's all up to Laser Keiko to beat him. Let's see how this goes. Round and round they go. Not too far now, but there is blocks at the end here. This is going to stop a lot of people getting through. So while Sea Fox has the lead, they're probably not going to get the win here. Let's see who gets through the obstacle first. All the blocks have been smashed. Oh, it could be a hot minute before anyone gets through here. Lots of people piling up now. This is anyone in this pile race to win. Anyone in this pile could be the one that makes it through first here. Who's going to make it? Who's going to make it first? Who's going to make it first? Han Solo wins race number 2 with Pink Pod, Anonymous Biker, Netzy, Sea Fox 95, Snicket, Iluna of the Stars, Quaggery, and Angry Swan, and Savage Goose rounding out the top 10. Someone did die then, quite a few people did die. Congratulations to Han Solo for win number 2. No prize for this, it's all across all the 3 races, so let's see who wins race number 3. Next map up is Battle Racing Sparkles. Everyone loves a good sparkle. That was cool to see. That was really cool at the end. I like that. Exclamation mark play puts you in race number 3, guys. Let's see who's going to win that GMK set. All still to play for. You could already have enough points and a win here to take the lead. And don't forget, guys, if you are still looking for a purchase, you can get 10% off GMK Boho, GMK Fuji, DSS Lights Out, Deadline Air C, and Deadline Air G base kits in stock right now at prototypist.net by using code StreamingParty101, capital S, capital P, all one word, at checkout. It gets you 10% off those until midnight tonight. Right, okay. Almost all of you back in, so let's hit start. And you've got 20 seconds to join. I'm getting really cold now. Nitrum, you have to have been in chat 10 minutes to be able to join the races, so I'm not sure what happened there, but you do have to be in chat for 10 minutes before you can join the races. Here we go. Off we set. I do like the colour scheme of this one, all the paint splashes and everything else. Fluffy Keeps is probably just in the lead with RLW on the way. Ellis just rushing round there, coming through. Trojam also rushing round and coming through. All the way back up to the top they go. Who's going to drop down on the inside first? Han Solo's there as well. Omnibond's the one that comes through fastest with Baliba as there, and Stompy Bird as well. Blocks are gone. Trojam and Stompy Bird are making a run for it all the way through the map. Which way they're going to go? Both go to the right-hand side this time. No one else is catching up, but Gouty's next in line, making his way slowly, also coming the same way. Pyro Bunny takes a different step and goes the opposite direction with Perlin, Merlin, and Tim. Wonder how they're going to get on that way. Let's take a step back and see how the race is unfolding here. I think we've still got... This is hard to tell, but I think Trojam's still in the lead. Still the fastest going around the map here. Let's go and zoom in and have a look at how this is going on. Gouty's just behind him. He's not too far with Pink Pod and Arigato Roboto and Tuben coming up as well. Trojam's coming round the pack here as well. Stompy Bird's on his way as well. It might just take the lead here from Trojam. This could be a bit of an upset for poor Trojam here. It's not very far to go now. It's a race right down into this last pot. Let's see who's going to come out of the bottom on the fastest one. There are some blocks here, so this could be anyone's race to win. Stompy Bird, Gouty's on the way as well. Trojam there as well. Blocks are holding people up. Ikbin Timothy's on his way through. Is Tim going to take the win for race number 3? Tim takes the win for race number 3 with Nufi, Bagri, Inverse, Ellis, Fluffy Keeps, Alaria, Dr. Killswitch, Pillar Snatcher, and Tominator making out the top 10. We've got Askeladd and Caffeinate coming down now. Pretty much everyone's in there. That was a good race. The winner was Ikbin Timothy. Congratulations, Tim. Let's see how that does for our final race results and to see who wins the Grand Prix. Winner, again, wins a set of GMK Dual Shot. We'll ship it anywhere in the world for you. You just have to pay your own input duties. In third place, for absolutely no prize, we have Diabolically Am. So, yeah, congratulations for taking third. No prize for that, I'm afraid, but well done. In second place, we have Master Disaster. Congratulations, Master Disaster. That's a great finish. Well done. And in first place, taking the prize today, we have Olive Tree 19. That first win in the first race, setting Olive Tree up for the win overall. Olive Tree, if you reach out to any one of our mods, they will arrange for to take all of your details, pass it on to me, and let me know whether you want the Dual Shot standard base kit or the Dual Shot Katakana base kit. We'll ship it out to you wherever you are in the world. Congratulations. Right, okay, there was a couple of other things that we wanted to check today. We wanted to see if Lottie had beat Tim, and she did. Lottie finished 5th overall with 174 points, just behind Han Solo in 4th. And Tim finished in 11th with 85 points. So congratulations, Lottie. You did beat Tim today. Angry Swan's there as well. Pink Pod, Netsy, Anonymous Biker, and Tominator rounding out our top 10. So congratulations, guys. Nufi was pretty high up there as well. So was Seafox. Let's see who the last person to score points was. Last person to score points was Pillar Snatcher. First person to not score points was Anarchy. Poor Anarchy. One day will be your day, Anarchy, I promise. Let's see who got very last place here. Who was the overall lowest finishing position? There's Meowsaur. There's Golden Ratio in 64th. Gouty in 66th. Adam breaking up Gouty and Meowsaur there. Nice. Laserman as well. Let's see who finished at the back. Pokemon Kid coming 110th, and then finally in 115th, ADX and Baby Dog in 114th. Congratulations, you are our finalists today. So thank you very much. There we go, guys. It is time for me to end the stream. I do thank you all for watching very, very much. Ben got to 97th. It is time for us to go, well, it's time for me to go home. I've got to drive home now and get some sleep because I'm tired and got an early start for the work in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing both the macro pad that we did today, the Voice Mini, as well as, look how cute this is with the little roller. Come on, camera focus, with the little roller encoder. It's so cute. And also the QK80 prototype as well. Yeah, I'm excited to get these into daily use here in the workshop. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Come and check us out on Discord. Check out on Instagram as well, because we're posting some stuff up. JO2 Blackout announcement on Tuesday for final pricing and final dates. Watch out for that as well. And also watch out for our flash sale on Thursday. I shouldn't really be telling you, but I am. Flash sale on Thursday, up to 75% off some stuff in stock. There's going to be a random hour on Thursday. Don't know what time yet. You'll find out if you're in the Discord, because that's where I'm going to announce it. Okay, time for me to get some sleep, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.